We bout that business, that business. Boy, we bout that business. It get real up in that field, but got built by that business. That business, that business. Boy, we bout that business. This all hustle, this ain't luck, lady buck. About that business. We bout that business, that business. We trending on retreat. We bout that business, that business. All we know is win, ain't no defeat. We bout that business, that business. Competition can't compete. We bout that business, that business. Number one, I feel it in my cleats. Hey, we got facts, we got stats. Not to mention trending topics. You the champ? No, that's cap. Drilling, killing all the guys. Please don't try that, boy. You know we hotter, boy. Making all kind of noise. We on fire. What you know about them Ohio boys? We bout that business, that business. Boy, we bout that business. It get real up in that field, but got built by that business. That business, that business. Boy, we bout that business. This all hustle, this ain't luck, lady buck. About that business. We bout that business, that business. We trending on retreat. We bout that business, that business. All we know is win, ain't no defeat. We bout that business, that business. Competition can't compete. We bout that business, that number one. I feel it in my cleats.
Yeah, we back, baby. We back and we live. This is so special to me tonight. I have Lady Buck in the house. I got the number one Buckeye fan, JB. Holla at me if you see me coming. And I got the Blue Nitty. And this is a spectacular day. And it's kind of somber for me because I just want to commemorate Jesse Jackson's legacy and what he has brought to all society. And I really just throughout the years from Salma all the way up until he tried to become president, I think he's been a remarkable man. And I just wanted to just pay tribute to just that before we even start talking about sports. What say you, Buckeye fan number one, JB? What's happening?
Let's get this show started, baby. I'm ready.
All right, what's up, Nitty?
What it do? What it do?
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, look, I want to piggyback off of what Buckeye Bill said. Yes, definitely. I want to say, may Jesse Jackson rest in power. Reverend Jesse Jackson, that is. Definitely been a stellar contribution to our society, and he will be missed. And want to send condolences to his family, and we hopefully we all do what he has stood up for. You know, we as a country, as a world. You know, so we'll keep we keep on trying to keep his dream alive, and all the others before him and after him. We still have some great leaders that are still here with us. And so just wanted to give a piggyback off of you, Buckeye Bill. Also, kind of shift gears a little bit, we have a bit of something to celebrate. You know, we've been asking our whole village, help us get to 500, help us get to 500. You know, so first of all, drum roll, you know, I had to use my little sound effects. We, on every platform, which is TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and of course, Facebook, we are well over 500 followers. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. Thanks for supporting us. Thanks for sharing. When those numbers came in, we were so excited. So now, you know, we got to keep on asking, help us get to 1,000, because we're really close. We're really close on every platform. And don't forget, pretty soon we'll be going live on TikTok as well. You can also join in there as well when we go live. So every platform that we're on, especially Facebook and YouTube, if ever you have something to say and you want to join in the conversation, click the link that is posted. Click the link. I will actually post it again in the comments and join the show. come and say what you want to say. We welcome all opinions as long as you don't use any profanity and you're respectful to all communities. Say what you want to say. Talk some smack about your team, because if you want us to talk some smack about your team, we will. So we just want to invite all. Remember, this is an interactive podcast. It's not just us talking. You can talk too. Okay. So one last thing, and then I'll let the guys have it, because once they get started, hey, when they get, y'all know how it goes. When they get started, I just go on mute. So let me introduce. We have added Jason, the #1 Buckeye fan. He is now, well, he's always been, but now officially a part of the Bout That Business family.
Absolutely, and it's on.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. So it only
Congrats.
remember we told you it never stops. It doesn't stop. We just get better. And everybody, contributing the way they are, Nitty, the way you're doing.
Well,
With some of the things that you've been doing as far as literally some of the visuals that you've been bringing to the platform has been wonderful, and I really appreciate that. But then your forethought, because see, you have that innate ability to bring an Indiana and Notre Dame thought to the table. And that's what we're inviting people to do. If you're from South Carolina, Alabama, Arizona, Cal, wherever you from,
Kentucky.
I just want to hear from you. So I really appreciate you, Nitty, for just giving us a good platform to voice our opinion and bring in new ideals and new thoughts. And this show right here is getting ready to be big. It's gonna be big because we're gonna be looking at the upcoming draft and who should be taking #1 and who should be taking #2. And I will tell you, there's a lot of speculations that #1 pick can be swapped for other draft picks. So we're gonna get with JB, and we're gonna see what Nitty thinking about, and I'm gonna tell you my comments on what I believe and what should happen with some of the teams across the spectrum of the NFL landscape. So I just wanted to bring aboard hey JB.
What's up, man?
I need to hear your take, baby. What's happening with this NFL draft, and who you think that's coming out of the draft from the Ohio State rankings?
I think you got 10 at least is going to go in the first round.
Not in the first round. Come on, bro.
I believe so.
Name them.
I think it's according how the draft goes, but I've got Caleb Downs going #2. I don't know how you feel about that.
No. Keep talking.
Well, I've got Caleb Downs. Then you got Lorenzo Styles. I think he's. Well, let me phrase that. Not top 10. I'm going to say first round.
Okay.
So I got Lorenzo. I've got Caleb Downs. I mean, it goes on and on. Obviously, Cardell Tate. I mean, there's 3 right there right off the bat.
Averill Reese.
Averill Reese is another one. Right there's 4. 5.
I mean, those are the top 5s in my draft.
I agree with
that
you.
will make it into the top 32. And then we have some second round picks that are outstanding. Now we might run the second round. because you got to think about what most of these teams are looking at, and that's their needs. Some of them need offensive tackles, some of them need offensive guards, some of them, of course, in the secondary and things of that nature. Then you got to look at some of the weapons, some of the receivers that's coming out of the college ranks. So you gotta I would say that we'd have to get those top five from Ohio State that I believe will be in the first round.
I mean,
And
we
then,
can obviously both agree that Mendoza's going number one.
well, listen, I mean, I'm you know, and I'm not sure with that. I know that Vegas is talking about taking him, and with their new coach, uh, what's his name? My clean, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He's absolutely nothing. But with the new coach coming in, he's going to want a fresh start. So I would think that they would look at a decent quarterback, but their needs are different. They're going to lose Crosby. Um, their their um their offensive line and their offensive weapons they need to take in consideration. If they were able to move that pick and get additional picks in this first and second round, that would solidify their next 2 to 3 years journey. Because you got to think about it. Next year, all the prolific quarterbacks are coming out of college. This college season that's coming up is going to have some of the best quarterback play. I mean, in the nation and probably in the NFL. So they might be looking at, hey, let me back off of this number one. Mendoza's not a bad pick. So don't get me wrong. He might go to another team. But if I can trade that guy and get some solid players to build my organization with, I would do that in a heartbeat as a GM. And so Mendoza is a good quarterback, but he's kind of like a journeyman. And I would not put all the chips on the table for Mendoza when there's next year some of the most predominant quarterbacks in college football. So I would trade that pick and get more picks for him and solidify my team. So what do you think, baby, on that one, man? I might be wrong.
Let me ask you, how many first round picks did Dallas get when they traded Parsons to Green Bay?
I think they got two. And then a few second rounds and maybe one or two third rounds. He got like 6 picks.
So yeah, so I mean, do you think Caleb could, because Dallas needs defensive help, do you think somehow Caleb Downs could fall to Dallas that far?
Oh
Maybe.
no, without a doubt. Without a doubt. There's listen, one of the things that I see in this draft, in this upcoming draft, is that Dallas is so far down the line. They're not going to get no preeminent defense or offensive player unless they trade up into the draft. Um, I'm looking at you know Ruben Bain, from Miami. You think that this guy is not going to get picked in the top five? The way he played in the national championship, whether they lost, means absolutely nothing.
Means nothing.
But he played phenomenal, and he was he was a force. Aviar A Arvell Reese for Ohio State. He's one of the most dynamic players that we've seen at Ohio State since the Bosa's,
I
and
agree.
so he's going to go high. He's going to go high. Of course, Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs, McDonald. Those are some predominant players that can make the top, at least the top 20 on
Right.
drafts. And I look forward to the funny part about the draft is you never know what these organizations really are thinking. You don't know if they're thinking for need. You don't know if they're going to think the best player available and then work with it, or are they in the free agency get rid of some players to make rooms for some of these new draftees? Because one of the things that we do have in this particular draft is great offense and great defense, not great quarterback.
No, you're right.
So I would not spend a first round pick on a quarterback this year. I don't care what team it is. I would not spend a first round draft pick on a quarterback this year. There's too much talent on both sides of the field to take not a mediocre. He did win the national championship, but he's not outstanding. He might be if best. He'd be a Eli Manning along the way
Eli Manning
out of
won
Ole
the Super
Miss.
Bowl.
Say it again.
Eli Manning won the Super Bowl.
No,
Two
but
of them.
my point is he was still a project when he came to New York.
Right.
Okay, so I mean he had the skill set, he had his brother in the league and everything. But what I'm saying is it took him 4, 5, 6 years to really come into his own. Do some of these organizations have that kind of time? No, they don't. So what I would say is if they I'm just hypothetically, if Vegas took that pick and got more picks and got the offensive line, got some defensive players since Crosby, and get some players from Crosby. Send him to Chicago and get some players back from Chicago and money where they can pay some of their veterans, and then solidify the offensive line and um the back end of the offensive line, linebackers, safeties, and that point, and then find a quarterback next year because they're not going to the Super Bowl this year. So
No.
why would you take a quarterback that's the only quarterback that anybody wants? Trade him to anybody who wants him and get some good draft picks and then wait for next year because you're not going to make it. Be honest with you, they might not even make it to the playoffs. So you might as well utilize your capital to get great players in the beginning. So when your franchise quarterback comes in next year, whether it's Manning or whoever comes in, they'll have a true structure of an organization to fall into to be successful. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Well, we really need to see the lottery to see who's going to get the number one pick because it's not a guarantee the Raiders will get it.
Oh no, this is not the NBA. They got the number one pick. They have the number one pick. Number one picks. This is how it runs: the Raiders, the Jets, the Cardinals, the Titans, New York, Cleveland, Washington, the Saints, Kansas City, the Bengals at number 11. Now at number 11, I mean, the Bengals at 10. At number 11, the Dolphins, and then number 12, Dallas. And then, of course, the LA Rams at 13, the Baltimore Ravens at 14, and then this would be great if Tampa Bay could take Sonny Styles at 15, and then the Jets they pick. So no, it's already set in stone. There's no lottery like the in NBA.
Right.
It's set in stone. They're gonna pick just like that. The movement is, does the Raiders want to wait for one more year for one of the best quarterback classes in the last 2 to 3 years to come out? Because you got the guy from Oregon. You've got Julian Sayin can go into the draft next year. You've got Manning, of course. You've got so many quarterbacks to choose from next year. You got one quarterback this year to choose from. Will you negate your franchise for a guy and you have nothing around him? Why wouldn't you trade that pick, get the best roster that you can have for the next pick next year? And then the offense is intact because they've traded down. They've got offensive linemen, defensive linemen, the back end on the defense. You got some special players that's coming out this year on the offense. A lot of receivers, a lot of backs, and they can mesh all that and they can literally, with the number 1 pick, can possibly get up to 15 to 20 picks in the draft. Come on, you want to get younger. Of course, everybody wants to get younger because some of the older people are phasing out. You want to get younger and you want to have coachable players. So if you get them on the offensive line, you get them on the defensive line, you get them in the secondary, you get some receivers and one whether it's the 3rd round or not, running back. That's way better than trying to get one quarterback. That's, as a GM, that's how I would feel about Mendoza. He's okay, he's adequate, but why would I use that? If someone other team wants him, I would trade him. I would trade him in a heartbeat.
What team do you think needs Mendoza more than the Raiders?
The Dolphins, New Orleans,
Because Tua, with his concussion problem.
the Cardinals. There's a litany of there's at least 5 or 6 teams that need a quarterback other than trying to fish through the free agency and get an established loser, because most of them are projects that are out there now, and unless you want to get one of those guys to mentor some of those guys, or just to hold you steady for this year, and then draft your franchise player next year. That's the only thing that I would build my organization from the inside out, rather than just trying to get Josh Allen or I would I would rather have a stable organization and then bring a good quarterback into my organization than just get the best quarterback that's out there, Lamar. There's so many quarterbacks that are in bad situations, and the organization is not prepared for that greatness. The Cincinnati Bengals are one of the worst teams on the planet to me,
with Joe Burrow.
and they got Joe Burrow. Could you
Unbelievable.
imagine if Joe Burrow was in Cleveland with that defense, and then they draft a few receivers? Cleveland go to the Super Bowl. But I'm hypothetically, I'm just putting it out there. If you're going to build a team, you build it from the inside out.
I think if the Browns get the opportunity, they will take Carnell Tate if he'll go that far.
Oh, and they should.
Yes,
That would be wonderful to get him matched up with Shador, because he needs a weapon. You already got a defense.
he does.
You need weapons on the Browns or in the Browns organization. That would be my first. And then in the second and third round, still be looking at weapons on the offensive line, whether if it's a deep offensive lineman or another running back. But I would focus on offensive linemen and weapons.
Yeah,
And
it's
Cornell
like
Tate is a great take for me.
yeah, it's like I'm a Dallas fan. They have zero defense, and I know they got rid of Parsons and got all those picks. I wouldn't mind seeing Arvell Reese. Caleb Downs is not going to drop far enough for Dallas to get him.
Oh no.
He's when Caleb Downs hits it, you're stopped. You ain't going nowhere. Arvell Reese is a dog. He won't drop that far. He's going to go early. I agree with you on the quarterback situation to a degree, but I think so. So are you saying you're thinking Julian Satan's going to leave next year?
I think he would, yeah, because he was a redshirt freshman.
Right.
He started last year, and he'll be kind of like a sophomore, junior this year, upcoming year.
But he'll have
So he
another
can
year.
go into the draft.
He
He
can,
can go
but
to the draft next year, after next year.
right.
So here's my point. When we go back to Dallas, if Jerry wanted to solidify his defense, why wouldn't he go get Crosby? Why wouldn't he spend enough money? He already got rid of Parsons because of whatever contract or whatever
Money.
disagreements they have. Why wouldn't you go get one of the top-notch edge rushers from Oakland to come into Dallas and solidify that defense?
He had.
And I'm not saying that Averill or any of those draft picks is better or not better than Max Crosby. But if I can get a Max Crosby, I'm getting him. And I don't care how much it would cost to get him.
But see, the thing about with Dallas trying to get Max Crosby is they had Micah Parsons and he wasn't paid.
No, but
There was
a difference of agreements with him.
Yeah, they didn't get along. They didn't see eye to eye.
But when the conversation with Max Crosby is going to be up front, and he'll know his role. He'll know exactly what he's coming into. And he would solidify any team, Chicago, if he went down to Tampa, if he went to Dallas, name one. Oh, if he went to the Rams. So there's a lot of takers for Crosby. But if your team wanted to solidify their defense and then buy Crosby off the market, and then use your draft picks for weapons for on the offensive line and defensive line too, that would be smart. But Jerry's not smart. Jerry's
Oh,
not smart. He's far from being smart. So I would go get a premier pass rusher that is not asking for Myles Garrett money or Michael Parson money. He's asking something equivalent, but he's not asking over and above. He just wants to get to a team that might make it to the Super Bowl. I would get him in a heartbeat, man. In a heartbeat, bro. Come on, bro. If you a Cowboy fan, you know for a fact y'all need defense.
We have no defense, but it makes no sense of what Jerry done. In my opinion, Michael Parsons top 3 edge rusher in the league. In my
And that's
opinion,
fine that but see here's the thing that you don't understand. He got rid of him to get back some more young players. So with that, he still has the opportunity to draft. But with going to get Crosby and then draft some defensive players from maybe Ohio State, Michigan. There's some players from Mississippi State. You get those players to build your nucleus on defense, but you have to pay one person in order to get that nucleus and pay Crosby. Crosby is the best bet for the Cowboys to even be relevant.
I mean, I don't even call them by name. I wouldn't even want a player from the team up north on Dallas. I don't even respect them enough to call them their name. It's the team up
Well,
north.
listen, if you're trying to make money in the NFL, you get the best player available. Period.
In my opinion, the best player available in the draft is Caleb Downs, hands down. He's the best player in the draft.
Hey, Nitty, you there with me?
yep.
Talk to us, man.
Okay, I need to hear something from you, baby. What's going on, man? I know
Shoot,
you
man.
down in the weather and everything, and I appreciate you just coming on board and giving your take. What say you, baby?
Shoot, man. Just sitting up here, you know what I mean? Shoot, I wouldn't mind if I know they wouldn't have enough money to go get him, but I wouldn't mind if the Colts wouldn't got Crosby.
Colts.
See, I mean, and they have availability for that. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What pick do the Colts have, Buckeye Bill?
What you say, bro?
What pick does the Colts have?
Let me see.
I
The Colts
think they gave
have,
away a pick or something.
wow, the Colts don't even have a pick. No, they
They
don't
don't.
even have a pick. They'd have
They
to
ain't got-
trade. They'd have to do some maneuvering. They'd have to do some maneuvering because they're not even in top 32 picks. The Colts, because they traded away a bunch of picks last year in the last 2 years.
For Daniel Jones.
Huh?
For Daniel Jones. We traded some picks for Daniel Jones, I want to say.
Exactly. Yeah. So they don't even now they do have some picks in the second round that they can utilize, but in the first 32, they don't have a pick. And unless they can get together with some second round and third round picks to get into the top 32 picks,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how far they can go. You know, they'd have to give up they'd have to give up capital, and they'd have to give up one of their star players to get up in just to get one player. They wouldn't do that.
No, they would. If you
Hold on, man. I'm having
ever
technical difficulties. Hold up.
Yeah, man. But if you ever notice the Colts with the Colts, you ever notice with the Colts, they really don't do anything the first couple rounds anyway. They usually get somebody that you'll never think about.
Yeah, I mean it's similar with Dallas, man. I mean Jerry Jones, he everything he does makes no sense to me, man. And he always says, "Well, Dallas is a brand." I don't think he really cares about winning a Super Bowl, but he
With
says he does. I don't understand his thinking.
with Jerry, it's ego.
Yes,
That's the thing. With Jerry, I mean, his ego is so big that he feel like he can just do stuff, and because I mean the stuff that he be doing, you got to scratch your head. I mean, like I said, the GM is just in there just to say he got a name, because everybody knows Jerry. Like I said, Jerry ain't gonna stay out of his own way. That's why with Parcells, he didn't get along with Parcells. With Jimmy Johnson, he didn't get along with Jimmy Johnson.
yeah. The man only won him 2 Super Bowls, and Barry Switzer took over his team and won another one with Jimmy's players.
hmm
And then you fire the guy. I mean, come on now. What sense does that make?
It don't make hardly none, man. But yeah, but no, as far as we was talking about the number one pick and stuff like that. I had to agree with what Buckeye Bill said. About you trading the picks and getting Mendoza and everything, because the Raiders need help, but that's too much like right. So you back with us, Buckeye Bill?
Yeah, man, I had some buzzing in my ear, and I try. Don't worry about it. Yes, I'm right with you.
There you go. That's what. Yeah, so but far as
Hey, we good,
yeah,
man. This is live, man. We live, and things are gonna happen. But keep it going. What were you saying about the first round trip?
I was saying
Draft
the
pick
first one.
or kind of trades?
I was saying I had to piggyback off of what you said. I agree 100% what you said about trading the number one pick. The Raiders trading the number one pick and getting some players and solidify some spots that they got. And far as that, because they really, they could use Mendoza, but at the same time they could use players.
Man,
And
they're in
you
a
got to
rebuilding phase. You don't try and get or project a um a franchise quarterback without having some kind of foundation. You don't, and that's I believe this is what has happened over the years with some of these sorry teams like the Jets and Indianapolis. Well, Indianapolis has had a good run, but some of these teams that has they've they've picked. Okay, I'll say the Jaguar, Jacksonville, um, Carolina. They picked the 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 franchise, their perception of franchise quarterback, but they didn't
Trevor,
have no structure. They didn't have no foundation, and that's why they're not in some of the runnings for playoffs or the Super Bowl. You need to have a great foundation. This is what I was saying to you, JB, is that Cleveland Cleveland needs to reassess the way they go about their business. They do not get enough Ohio players from Ohio State that would solidify, and Cincinnati don't do it neither. And they all go to Pittsburgh.
they
And
do.
so, with that being said, what I'm saying is, do not spend your most capital on on a franchise quarterback without solidifying your base and your organization and the players that's going to be able to support that said quarterback.
But you don't think they could draft Mendoza and get in free agency and build around him?
Okay, well here's the problem with free agency. You have to pay for free agency. When
Absolutely.
you get if listen, say for instance, you draft 8 players out of the draft. They're on a rookie salary. Okay, they're on a rookie salary. You get an opportunity to maneuver and use your capital in 1 or 2 free agency. You don't go into free agency saying, I'm gonna get this guy, I'm spend all this money, and then your capital diminish. You want to solidify your future, not the present. If you're not in position to go to the Super Bowl, you
That's
want
what
to
makes
put
it so
yourself in
interesting.
a position to be in the Super Bowl.
That's what
So
makes it so interesting. You don't know what the owners is thinking or what they're going to do.
say it again.
I said, that's what we don't know. That's what makes it interesting. You don't know what the ownership is, what they're thinking and what their plan is. You don't know
Well,
what the Raiders is thinking.
you know who? It depends on which team we're talking about. If we're
Right.
talking about the Raiders, if we're talking about the Raiders, the number 1 pick, you got arguably the best quarterback in the history of the NFL. If he, I'll say this, if he has evaluated Mendoza and said that that's what we need, that's what they should take. He can be wrong. He can be wrong. He can be one of the best quarterbacks on the planet, just like Michael Jordan. He was the best basketball player on the planet, but he could not draft for nothing. He couldn't draft nobody. He couldn't get nobody on that Wizards team, not at all. So I get it. Tom Brady is an icon and spectacular, but can he evaluate talent? And as you know, you and I've been watching all of these last few years of some of these players, and I know who quits on different downs and who don't show up and who has an attitude and don't want to play and play their best at the same time. And then the dogs. The dogs are important. And Tom Brady has not had an opportunity to evaluate who the real dogs is. Mendoza is not a dog. He's a player.
You're
But
right.
I saw him get knocked out in what game was that where he got hit and then came back? And that showed a little bit of grit.
It was the Oregon game.
But one of the things he has to understand is when you playing against grown-ups, you might not make it. That's why Dart had so many concussions. That's why Jalen is out, out rehabbing. You can't go up against grown men as a child and think you gonna take that hit. Those are grown men that's working for their families and trying to make a legacy for themselves. So, again, the only support would be to solidify your organization like Cincinnati never did with where they did it with their offense, but they never did it with their defense. Solidify your organization on both sides of offense and defense, even special teams. And then bring in whether it's a free agent or whatever quarterback to run, just like Seattle did. Seattle did it the right way. Seattle went and got some of the best defensive players on the planet, and then they got in Jigma. Then all you need is a quarterback to throw it to them. That's the blueprint. The blueprint ain't to get the quarterback first. The blueprint is to make your foundation solid, and then you can bring in any quarterback that's out there now, that's going to be in free agency, because we don't know. I don't want to say no names because I don't know, they haven't been released yet. But you can once you solidify your organization back in front, then you can bring in a quarterback that can just be able to get comfortable and learn the system. Seattle did it well, and that's kind of like the blueprint that lots of these organizations are really looking at, because they saw them go from nothing to a championship through working the back end. They didn't have a first round draft pick quarterback, franchise quarterback. Even though he was drafted, Donald was drafted number 2, number 1 with the Jets, but he failed miserably for 3 teams, until he got his wits about himself and he got matured. You don't want to get a child in grown man's business. And that's what I would say. Go ahead, JB.
I'm going to have to agree with you, everything that you said. In my opinion, I don't think that the Raiders will trade away their first pick. It's just my opinion. I think they will take Mendoza, and you're right. They do need to build a team around him. Same way with the Browns. They need an offensive weapon. They have opportunity to get Cardell Tate. And him with Shakir, I mean, they would be a very dominant team if that was to happen.
And they got Junkins in the backfield.
Quinshawn, yeah, crazy.
Yeah. I mean, all you need is, and I'm glad that they got rid of their tight end. I'm glad he walked away, because you can get a tight end from Wisconsin, Ohio State.
Yeah,
get a good tight end, not a flashy tight end, but a tight end that will block and catch the ball.
You're talking about like a Jason Witten type.
I just see that there's a lot of teams, and over the next coming weeks, we're gonna literally solidify what our draft picks are, and we're gonna have a mock draft ourselves right before the draft itself, and by that time we'll know exactly who I would take at number 1 and number 32. In between, I got a list of individuals. If I was that team, I would take that particular person if they were available.
Right.
So again, like I said, man, at the end of the day, to me, I really wanted to ask just a small question from both of y'all. Why in the world is Chicago trying to move their stadium out of downtown Chicago and go to Hammond, Indiana? And Nitty, I need to understand, what's in Hammond, Indiana anyway?
Nothing.
I don't see it. I don't even see it.
Hey man, that is just a scare tactic Number one, because Hammond and is close to Gary,
No one wants to be
and
nowhere near Gary.
exactly. Because at first they talk about it was gonna be in Gary, but
Wow.
ain't nobody going to Gary. Ain't nobody going to Hammond. They're like, well, we'll put it in Hammond, and it's like, Hammond's a up and growing. Yeah, but Hammond is a up and growing. Want to be like Chicago. They're having trouble with the crime rate for the past 12 years. What do you mean? Ain't nobody going for that. You know what I mean? But oh man, matter of fact, I don't
I
even want
just
to talk
thought it was
about that no more.
yeah. I
Hey,
just thought it was a dumb reaction. And I get it. It might be some leverage to see if Illinois, the governor, the city commissioners want to keep them there and build them a stadium. But I can't imagine the Chicago Bears being anywhere other than in Chicago.
I'm with him. It's a scare tactic. That won't happen.
yeah, I mean, but I wanted to swing it back to the Bears back to the Browns for a second, because the Browns can also get somebody when they trade Jerry Judy.
Oh, I would
They can
trade
get
Jerry Judy in a heartbeat.
but they're gonna get decent players. It ain't even have to necessarily be, but they're
Man, if
going.
the Browns get Cornell Tate, they got to get rid of Jerry Judy.
Oh no,
Period.
Jerry Judy's gone.
Yeah, he's out
Yeah,
there. He's gone.
yeah. They have to get rid of him. They have to get
Soon
rid of
as
him.
they hired that coach, from the Ravens, and he come walking through that door talking about he wanted Shador anyway, but Shador, for whatever reason, whatever, they had a little chuckle. I was like, oh yeah, when he said he wanted Shador, and they the way they was talking, like they gonna turn that team over to Shador and everything, Jerry Judy's gone.
He wanted
'Cause
him when he was at the Ravens. But and I agree with Shador with making a business decision. I am not backing up Lamar Jackson.
No.
I will never play. He got the best situation that he can ever have at being in Cleveland and letting them build a organization around him, and then bringing in a top-notch coach to help him succeed, an
yeah,
offensive-minded coach also.
yeah, and see, like I said, you know Jerry Judy, you're gonna get some type of value
Man,
with
get rid of him.
Jerry Judy. Oh, he's gone. But I'm just saying I'm just saying, but you can get him, like you said, a decent tight end for Jerry Judy.
Listen, no, you can literally trade him and get a good tight end in the third round. A
Oh yeah.
great tight end. We there, you know how funny that the college landscape has been. No one realized how deep college is with tight ends. Those that
Hmm.
can block and those that can do both and catch the ball. Man, they're out there. They're I'm not gonna call them a dime a dozen, but there's so many talented tight ends out there between Ohio State, Wisconsin, and it's all most of them are all from the Big Ten, and they play
Of
in
course
harsh
they are.
weather. They know how to block. They know how to catch, and
And
they're
if,
very brilliant and smart as football players. You can get a tight end in the third round, and he probably be a Pro Bowl in 2 years.
You can get a Pro Bowler in the third round. Absolutely.
Yeah, easily.
also, yeah, also you can, like with a tight end, they're more athletic than the regular tight ends used to
Yeah,
be.
most of them are just bigger receivers.
You're right.
They're bigger receivers. That's basically they put some bulk on and they still got hands, but then they know they've learned how to block. And the most important thing as a tight end is to be able to set the block up and then get out into their route.
Yeah, I mean,
So there's so many good tight ends out there this year and coming out next year. I totally agree, man. You get rid of Judy. No matter what, he's got to go. He's got to
He's
go
gone.
for real.
He's gone. Them tight and some of them tight ends, some of them tight ends have been used to be quarterbacks too, and that's why they so intelligent.
Exactly. 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 Um, hey, listen. Hold up. Let me bring in Lady Buck. Lady Buck, what say you? Lady Buck, you still in? Also, like I said, I think this was a great conversation. There's a few things I think that we've missed out on as far as topics. But JB,
sorry about
thank
that. I
you
got
for joining the family. Blue Nitty, thanks for holding up the family.
Well,
Lady Buck, you got anything to say before we get off this podcast or what? Or do I have to take it out?
look like you riding the whole ship, bro.
So
rat
here's
it
the
out,
thing,
Buckeye Bill.
hey guys, listen. This weekend is going to be trying to watch enough basketball to figure out what your brackets is going to be for March Madness. So come Tuesday, I want to hear some predictions on where and when Ohio State and or your favorite basketball team will fall in March Madness in that bracket. And we'll know after this. We'll know after Sunday. We'll know after Sunday if your favorite team is in the running to get to the Sweet 16 and the Elite Eight and the Final Four.
I can tell you, my
And
team ain't got.
I got some predictions. I want to tell you. I'll let y'all know. I'll let
I do
y'all
too.
know come
I do
Tuesday.
too. Well, my team don't have a shot. My team be lucky to make a tournament.
Who's your team?
Kentucky.
Oh yeah, and they're garbage.
They
They're garbage.
lost to Georgia last night.
Yeah, they're garbage. They're garbage. And
Yeah,
and it's
they'll
and,
be
and
lucky
it's
to make a tournament.
unacceptable to have such a great program not in the March Madness. But they're garbage this year. I don't know who the coaching is. I've not even watched any of the players because every
And I
time that
know
I see it on ESPN, I'm seeing them losing.
I know we're getting off subject here, but the coach is Mark Pope. It was a bad hire. It was an ex-player that won a national championship in '96. I've got a lot to say on that. The next show we do.
I can't wait. I
I have
can't
my
wait.
national championship. I already know, in my opinion, who I'm picking for the national championship.
All right, I'm looking forward to that, man. Let's save that for Tuesday. Final words, JB. What you got to inspire people with? What's your final words, son?
I'm just saying, hey, I've enjoyed it. You done been an excellent host, Buckeye Bill. It's great talking to you all. Great being a part of it. I think somebody else just joined us.
Yeah. Hey,
What's up, my man?
he just
What's
piled
happening, y'all?
on.
How y'all
So
doing?
we gonna try and see if he got something to say. I mean, we still got a little bit of time. We got a little bit of time, and then bring in my big brother. What's up,
hey,
big dog?
What's happening? What's happening?
what it do?
What's going
Hey,
on?
brother. We done had a great conversation, man. We done
Talk to us.
recapped a few things. you know, just loving sports, loving each other, man. Family, family, family. What say you, baby?
Man, I'm just sitting back and trying to get a good life, man. My son bowled tonight, so I was out there with him.
So give me a take, man. What's your thoughts, man? Give me something to rattle around in my brain, man. About you. I know you probably a Cowboys fan. Oh no, my fault. You're a Bills fan.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, you tripping.
I know. I just wanted to put some mustard in your ketchup, son.
He's hating on my Cowboys,
How
Buckeye
you
Bill.
been though, man? I ain't seen you in a while, man. You need to be up on board, man. The family is
Yeah,
missing you.
I've been in St. Louis. My sister had surgery. I came back, and my son's bowling again, so I've been active with that.
Okay. Well, health is good, and we pray for you every day, man. I'm just looking forward to seeing your picks for March Madness and seeing your synopsis of what happened with the Bills this year and what the Bills can do next year. So you
Well,
be prepared for me, because I'm gonna be at you
come
and
on with
hit
it.
you like it's the number 10.
Come on with
So
it.
let's
I,
get
I,
let's
I,
get
I I
about
think
that
Jo-
business. And
I
go
think
ahead, bro.
Josh Allen's so tired of being second best behind Patrick Mahomes, it's killing him.
Hey, you know what? We passed Patrick Mahomes.
I'm just riding you, bro. I got Dak as a quarterback, Dak is an excellent regular season quarterback. He just chokes. He cannot
You know
play.
what?
Dak is a second
You,
tier
I
quarterback.
don't think, I
You
don't
might as
think you
well
talking
draft
right.
another quarterback and replace him.
Say what?
What'd you
Draft
say?
another quarterback and replace Dak.
Well,
Jerry
then,
Yes,
Jones
you know what?
never.
yes. He'll never make another Pro Bowl.
You know,
He'll never make it to the Super Bowl. You might as well ditch that, Jerry, and find another quarterback that possibly can give you can loosen up your salary cap, first of all, and second of all, might be able to win some games.
Dude, it's
well,
Jerry's
well,
world. I tell you, he's in love with Dak. He gave him $270
That's
million.
that's a him problem. But the fans like you know y'all are losing ground on New York and Philly.
And Washington, Washington's going
In
to do it.
Washington, we ain't talking about Washington because Jalen's not back yet. But they're fourth in their division
Oh,
with
I know.
that.
It's been 34 years. I know. I've lived
Yeah,
it.
they suck like the Cleveland Browns. You might as well, if they didn't have Jerry Jones, they'd be the Cleveland Browns or the Jets.
I'm
That's
telling
it.
you.
well,
And the whole thing, it's not like they ain't got the money, man. But he always says, Dallas is a brand. Dallas is a brand.
That's
Good,
all
we're
it
trying to win the
is.
Super
It's
Bowl.
a
We don't care
TV
about a
brand.
brand.
It's a TV brand. It's
It
not a
is.
football brand.
Hey,
And it's
And
like my man said right
the
there.
Bills, all they have is the mafia, and all they do is break up chairs and tables. Listen, they haven't won anything,
hold on,
and
hold on, hold
they
on.
keep
Wait,
acting
wait,
like
wait. Stop talking. Who's your team? Who's your
say
team?
that one more time. You
Who
know who
is
my
your
team
team?
is. My name Doodoo Brown. I'm a Cleveland Brown fan, son.
Now, you should be hustling right about now.
What's that?
The only thing you got is Garrett, Miles Garrett.
Wow. What about his quarterback?
Okay.
Hey, who's the quarterback? They can't decide.
Okay. What's your point, though, son?
My point is, you gonna talk about Buffalo breaking tables with the mafia, which are gonna be dog biscuits.
hey,
Man, let me tell you something about Buffalo, man. It's cold, it's miserable, and they have one good player on that whole team.
Who's the one player?
Huh?
Who's the one player?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
What about James Cook?
What about him?
Man, he sucks, man. They get ready to get rid of him, man. They gonna go younger with him.
Yeah,
They gonna go younger
Hey,
with him.
he's out.
You
He
must
got
not watch football.
two things for sure. He has a bad attitude. He's not a good team player.
Hey
If
man,
they were
what you
good, they
been
could get him
watching?
in a heartbeat. Say for instance, if they can get a number one receiver out of college from Arizona or from Ohio State, or do
Buckeye.
you not think that they wouldn't let him see the door? He'd be
Buckeye.
out the door in a heartbeat, man.
Buckeye. Who you
He'd be
throwing the
out there
ball
in a
to?
heartbeat, bro.
Who
Come
y'all
on,
throwing
man.
the ball
Stop
to?
it, man. Listen. One of the things, and two things for sure. Buffalo's cold, and
Is
the
Cleveland
people
that
in
cold?
Buffalo is miserable.
Is
I've been
Cleveland
there.
that cold?
I've been there. I've seen the city.
Okay,
And
is Cleveland cold?
no, thank you.
Hold
Thank you.
on.
Now, I know you in
Cleveland
Louisiana,
cold?
man, so you far from the cold. But I'm telling you, everybody from Buffalo is miserable, and you're part of that miserable mafia. And that's
Hey
what I
man,
call y'all, the miserable
you know
mafia.
I'm not for sure if you need to take your sunglasses off and start drinking the shit you drink. I'm letting you know right now, Cleveland ain't worth a damn.
Say it again.
Cleveland's not worth a damn.
Oh, what, the city
They took they took
Are you
hold
saying they don't have
on.
a quarterback?
They took Cleveland and went to Baltimore and they brought them back.
You said they have one good player, so you don't think Shakir is a good quarterback for them?
Man, Miles Garrett is a defensive player.
No, I'm talking about their quarterback. You said Browns only have one good player.
I said, yeah, the one player they have is Miles Garrett.
Wow.
Okay, but that
Am I
defense
wrong? Am I wrong?
stellar this year.
Am I wrong?
Ward wasn't stellar this year. Miles Garrett wasn't stellar this year.
I
Come
said
on,
it's one
bro.
player you got.
The defense kept them in every game.
I told you Miles Garrett is the only player you got.
Man, I put my glasses back on, man, because I can't even see you. I can't even see now. Oh, now I can see you. I can see straight through you now.
Guess what? Let me ask you a question.
The biggest problem is.
Let me ask you a question.
The biggest problem is.
Let me ask you a question. Who's your wide receiver?
Judy. We getting rid of him.
Okay, so you gotta get rid of Judy and get somebody else, right?
They're going to draft Carnell Tate if he gets that far.
Fresh. Man, we're gonna build our
like I said, who do you have that's gonna make a standout appearance?
Offense in the right and around Shador.
Let me ask you a question. Hey. Did Buffalo beat Cleveland?
In the coming.
Did Buffalo beat Cleveland?
Easily.
Did Buffalo beat Cleveland?
Man,
did Buffalo beat Cleveland?
Don't go on with that, man. Come on, man.
Did Buffalo beat Cleveland?
Your team don't mean that you gonna insult Shador.
Hey, man.
Shador ain't done nothing to you.
He only played, what, 5 games?
That's 5 good games, though.
So you mean tell me?
I'm not a Browns fan. I'm a Cowboy fan. I'm a loser.
Well, you might as well hush.
Hey, I said, it's been 35 years, dude. I'm used to it.
I get
There's nothing you can say hurt my feelings because everything you say is the truth. We got the number one offense in the NFL. We got the number one offense.
No, I'm going back to Cleveland.
We got the 2 best receivers in the NFL. We got CeeDee Lamb. We got George Pickens. We got the best offense in the league. We got the worst defense in the league. If we score 50, the other team's going to score 60.
So what's the two best? What's the use of having 2 best wide receivers in the league?
2 best wide receivers. CD is obviously the number 1 receiver in the league.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is, what's the use of having them if he can't go far?
And George Pickens is right with him. They have the best offense in the league. George Pickens is crazy. I know he is. But dude, he's got hands, he's got footwork, he's got skills. Dallas is loaded on the offensive side of the ball. They just can't stop nothing.
A
Well,
nosebleed.
that goes as far as saying that no good at having a good offense, you can't win nothing.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Boy,
Man, look here, bro. I need to know what your real take is on your ability to understand that the Bills will always be in second place to any team that they play at any point in time until they get some offensive weapons and a great defense. You
it's
can
always
only have just
always
having one
easy to pick
player
on my
does not
team.
make a championship team
It's always easy to pick
unless
on
you're
my
Michael
team,
Jordan.
but when your team play, what's your problem?
Oh no, we're building a team. You guys
How,
have
hey,
a
how
franchise
many years have you
quarterback
been
and
building
you
a team?
can't build around it. That's crazy, man. You
How many
they've been
years
shortchanging
have you been building a
Josh
team?
Allen for the last 4 or 5 years. They got rid of his coach. Now you're bringing in a new coach, and he's got to adjust to a new coach and a new scheme and everything like that. He's behind the 8 ball, man, and he ain't even started.
Man, Cleveland been behind the 8 ball for a long time.
So tell me about Cleveland then. What you know about Cleveland? I just told you everything I know about Buffalo. What you
Well,
know about Cleveland, son?
first of all, you have no you build your team off defense, which is stellar. You have no offense. You barely have a quarterback. Now you got Fedora Sanders in there. He can do some things in the right system. So what more than you say?
Okay, so I'll tell you this. Wait until this upcoming draft and wait until next season
It's
and
always wait
see
for the draft.
what
It's
the
always wait for
record.
the
No, no, no,
draft.
no. I
Y'all
want
been
you
up
to
on the
see
draft
what
for
the
so long,
record
it don't make
is.
no sense.
Buffalo, listen. We're gonna go off air and we're gonna talk about this, but Cleveland is gonna be far better than Buffalo next year. We're gonna go off air because our time constraint is over with. But what I can tell you is, man, thanks for jumping in, man.
Yeah,
I've been missing you. I got a lot to talk to you about,
come
and
on with it.
I'm gonna blast you, son.
Come on
You ain't
with it.
ready for this business, man. You know
I
we
got
about
you.
that business. Come on,
Me
Hayes.
too.
We
Let's
about
go.
that business, baby.
Let's go.
All right. Well, okay. Well, listen. I'm gonna finalize everything, and I'm gonna say thank you for all our guests today. Um, it's just been a wonderful conversation, a wonderful day. Again, like I said, just a salute and recognition to Jesse Jackson,
Yeah,
one of our
forefather.
predominantly great people in U.S. history.
Yeah.
I'm heartbroken. Kind of just knowing, since I grew up in the '60s and just watching him throughout the years. Um, it was a treat and a pleasure to be along for his ride, and
Yeah.
I don't know if you appreciate him, but I appreciate him. And with that being said, follow us, like
I will.
us. We got things to say. We
Uh-oh.
got so much content and so many great people that likes to be on our program that I would love for you guys to be a part of it. And thank you. And
I'm right here.
okay, and so take us off, Ladybug.
Yeah. Give me a call.
I got you, baby.
Where's old lady?
Synesthetic. 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 Synesthetic.
I'm trying to win my team a championship. I'm trying to win my team a championship. Let's go. Trying to win my team a championship. We all in the game, trying to get us some ranks. They ballin' to pray. Should I do what you can? Hey, Block is the name, BMG is the guy. Hey, yeah, but we working. Hey, yeah, but we working. Hey, practice make perfect. Hey, practice make perfect. Trying to win my team a championship. Yeah, and we score every chance that we get. Take advantage of handles, it's all in the wrist. Got shooters on the squad. Perfect aiming up switch. Got shooters on the squad. Trying to win my team a championship. Everybody is playing their roles. Hey, watch out, pose.